in Latin America, there's a huge question or a huge debate about lithium, because it turns out that Latin American countries like Mexico and Bolivia, for example, are rich in lithium. Right. So part of the question is how do these sort of poorer countries relate to this mineral, right? When richer countries like the U.S. are advancing faster towards adopting, electric cars and requiring, this lithium mineral, for, to these developments, and how are we going to, what are we going to do with lithium in our countries, and how are we going to relate to sort of richer, more developed countries in this sense?
Yeah. I mean, it's a great question. I'm certainly not an expert on these kinds of development questions and economic inequity questions. I know that they are front and center at the climate talks that are happening even now as we're recording this discussion. I think that thinking about justice has to happen at a number of different scales. There's interpersonal justice, there's structural justice, there's economic justice. How might we ensure the flourishing of all without having to possibly pollute our environment, or expecting folks in developing countries? I've spent some time in Chile and in Mexico also, to really flourish in a way that makes sustainable sense as well, without having to do kinds of mining that are really going to be detrimental to the environment. And I think what we're really tiptoeing around here is a topic that neither you nor I is an expert in. It precisely points to the need to bring together teams of folks across disciplines. And this is something, by the way, that I've really been hearing bubble up across the campus at Marquette, is an interest in integral ecology. We have a lot of different areas of expertise around sustainability, environmental sciences, the health humanities, the environmental humanities. And so I'd love to work more with faculty, staff, and students toward bringing these voices together under kind of one umbrella so we can facilitate these kinds of questions, because they're very challenging, very difficult. And it is so important for the humanities to have a voice in these conversations. And we're not just there, the old days, it was like, oh, you're from the humanities, would you please edit my grant proposal? I mean, we're way beyond that. We have to be involved upstream as we formulate research questions and all along the process and in the kind of implementation phase. Again, with this larger goal in mind of responding to our Catholic Jesuit mission, our social justice, commitments, and finding a way to really maximize human and planetary flourishing.